All right, let's just jump right in. Have you ever had one of those days where you feel like you're just along for the ride in your own life? Like the whole day just kind of happens to you, following some script you never even got a copy of? Well, today, we're going to find that script. We are peeling back the curtain on the invisible psychological forces that are quietly running the show, dictating why you do what you do. So let me just ask you this straight up. From the second your alarm goes off to the moment your head hits the pillow, how much of your day do you think you actually consciously control? Seriously, take a second to think about it. The answer? Well, it may be a whole lot less than you think. And the reason why is pretty fascinating. You see, every single one of us is operating on this hidden blueprint. It's like an invisible architecture that's guiding our actions, our reactions, and all our interactions. So in this explainer, we're going to walk through a typical day in your life, and we're going to expose that exact blueprint. And let's be super clear here. This isn't some boring, abstract lecture. This is intensely personal. We're not talking about the human brain in some generic sense. We are talking about your brain. This is the story of your habits, your social instincts, your late-night thoughts. You are the main character in this story. So, let's start where your day starts, the morning. You know that blurry, often totally silent period where you somehow get yourself from your bed to the front door? You might think you're making a bunch of little choices, but nope. Your brain has a much, much more efficient plan. It's called autopilot. Now, what's really wild is the sheer scale of this autopilot system. Research suggests that nearly half, we're talking about 45%, of everything you do every single day isn't a conscious decision at all. It's a habit. Your brain is a genius at saving energy, so it creates these little shortcuts for anything you do on repeat. And here's exactly how it works. Every single habit you have runs on this simple but incredibly powerful four-step loop. Just think about your morning coffee, right? The cue, your alarm clock blares. The craving, the desperate need to feel awake. The response, you make the coffee. And the reward, oh yeah, that first warm, amazing sip. Cue, craving, response, reward. That little loop runs your entire morning. And here's the secret sauce. If you want to change a habit, you don't fight the loop, you hijack it. You just have to change the cue or make the reward for a new habit even better. Okay, let's move on. You're out the door and stepping into the world. Your commute, your office, a coffee shop. All of a sudden, you're not just managing your own brain anymore. You're bumping up against dozens of others. And there is a constant, totally silent conversation happening that you're probably not even noticing. Your brain is an absolute master at reading these tiny cues. It's like this subconscious dance of push and pull. When someone mirrors how you're sitting or holds your gaze for a second longer, your brain gets a green light, engage, connect. But the second they cross their arms or look away, it gets a blaring red light, create distance, stay back. And all of this happens in a split second, shaping who you talk to and who you avoid, without a single word ever being said. But what about when there are no signals? What about silence? We usually think of it as awkward, right? A void we need to fill immediately. But psychologically, silence can be an incredible tool. It can signal confidence, it can give other people the space to say more, or it can even build tension and anticipation. It's not just an absence of noise, it's a whole language of its own. Okay, so the day's wrapping up. The outside world is getting quiet, and you're finally alone with your thoughts. And for so many of us, this is when our internal world gets deafeningly loud. This is when we have to confront the non-stop chatter of our own minds. Does this sound familiar to you? That endless mental replay of conversations, picking apart every word, every look, that downward spiral of what is and I should haves. This isn't some personal failing of yours. It is a deeply human and neurologically programmed experience. So here's the thing. This actually has a name. It's called the default mode network. Just think of it as what your brain does when it's in idle, when it's not focused on a specific task out in the world. It defaults to sorting through memories, thinking about who you are, and planning for the future. It's a vital system, but it's also the part of your brain that can get stuck in that overthinking loop. And a lot of the time, that overthinking loop is kicked into overdrive by fear and anxiety. That's where the amygdala comes in. It's your brain's ancient, super sensitive smoke detector. Its only job is to scan for threats. But here's the catch. It can't tell the difference between a lion in the grass and saying the wrong thing in a meeting. It just sounds the alarm. So, we've walked through the whole day, we've seen how habits run our mornings, how silent social cues guide our interactions, and how our own brain's wiring can lead to that spiral of overthinking at night.
But the whole point of decoding this blueprint isn't to find things to fix about yourself. It's to finally understand yourself.
So let's recap the big ideas here. Your habits, they're your brain's efficiency engine. Those social cues, they're a language your brain is already fluent in. Silence, it's a tool. And that overthinking, it is a feature of your brilliant, complex brain, not a bug. The key to all of this is simple. Once you understand the why behind your actions, you get the power to influence the what. Awareness creates a little gap between a trigger and your reaction. And in that gap, that's where your freedom is. And this right here is the most important takeaway of all. Your autopilot morning, your social anxiety, your late night worries, these aren't just a random collection of personal flaws you need to stamp out. They are all deeply interconnected parts of your human operating system, an ancient blueprint designed for one thing: survival and connection. So we're gonna leave you with this. You've seen the blueprint, you know the why now. So the real question isn't just what's next, it's which part of your script are you going to choose to rewrite first? Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Psychology of Everyday People, for more psychology videos.